Good evening. I'd like to call this meeting of the Pinetop-Lakeside Town Council to order. We do have a quorum. Vice Mayor Buse is appearing telephonically this evening. I'd ask you to stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, and please remain standing for the invocation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Me.
Would you please bow your heads? Heavenly Father, we thank you for bringing us together this evening as we gather to discuss and consider items of importance to our community. We ask you to bless the members of our town council, our staff, our residents, our visitors, and our businesses, all of whom play such an important role in the makeup of this town. We give you thanks for guiding us through the early stages of summer with below normal fire conditions. And we ask you to continue to keep us safe through the remainder of the summer wildfire season. We give thanks for our law enforcement personnel, firefighters, first responders, and medical professionals who work to keep our citizens safe and secure. And we ask you to bless them tonight and always. Finally, as we approach Father's Day this Sunday, we ask your special blessing for all of our fathers, both living and those now dwelling in your eternal kingdom. May you grant wisdom and guidance to fathers working to raise their children, and may you help us to honor the memory of our beloved fathers no longer with us. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Tony. Item B on our agenda is call to the public. Before I read this, I forgot to ask everybody to make sure your cell phones are on silent, please. This is a business meeting of the Town Council. The town values and welcomes public input. Please address the council as a whole and not individual council members. Council action on items brought up is limited by the open meeting law. The council may direct staff to study the matter and reschedule for further consideration at a later date. Items on the agenda will not be heard during call to the public, and individuals are limited to 3 minutes. We have 2 individuals who would like to address us this evening. The first one is Jim Beck. If you'd come on up, please.
Good evening, Council. I'm Jim Beck, 3048 South Pinetop Mountain Lane. And I'm actually excited to talk to you guys tonight because there's been 3 incidences or actions that the council has taken that I think our public, I know personally, am very happy about, and I wanted to, I don't know how to say it, applaud you. Surprise, surprise. Because number one, last meeting, you had mentioned that, I think you said 3 of you went down to, was it Gilbert, and talked to ADOT. And if you ever watch Next Door, social media, the town was going crazy about the road, the 260, and how poor it was. And I know I'm not only speaking for myself, I don't mean to be presumptuous, but I'm sure that everybody that lives here is very, very happy and pleased that you took that initiative. So that's number one. Number 2 is that the town, I guess Matt Patterson and his crew repaired a lot of roads in town. I don't know how many, but I know my road was resurfaced, and his crew worked efficiently, fast. They didn't disturb any of the residents, and the roads looked really good. And so I'm sure everybody in my neighborhood appreciates that too. So there's 2 rounds of applause. And the third one is, I had heard that the rec center or the community center, that the town is picking up the I hope I'm right about this, picking up the lease for one more year. And if that's true, then that's a good move too. So there's 3 good actions that I wanted to say thank you for. Okay, that's it.
Thank you for taking the time to come this evening, Jim. We appreciate that very much. Second individual is Mr. Mark Terrell. Let us know where you live as well, please.
Thank you, Mayor Irwin, members of the council. My name is Mark Terrell. I am a resident over on Woodchuck and Wapiti in Pinetop here. A full-time resident, and I'm a law enforcement officer with Arizona Game and Fish. Reason I wonder if I could bring to the council's attention, at Woodland Lake, there is a ordinance which states that park closes at 10 p.m. And I wonder if in the future the council would consider allowing fishermen to fish later than 10 o'clock. This would allow them to continue fishing specifically for catfish that are stocked in the lake by Game and Fish. Those fish tend to bite or are able to be caught after dark. And currently, I just wonder if the council would consider either allowing fishermen to stay in the park after 10 o'clock or extend the hours later than 10 o'clock. All individuals. I understand there's been the reason that the 10 o'clock curfew is in place. There's some vandalism at the bathrooms and stuff, and hoping that wasn't associated with any fishermen. I think the fishermen, would respect and even if the officers that do come to the park and check people, they're checking that they do have a fishing license in their hand, in possession when they're at that park, would be appropriate so that they are actively fishing. Could be something. This is something that we've instituted at other lakes and streams, allowing fishermen to stay after and later at a park throughout the state. I do have support. My other neighbor came. He also enjoys fishing at Woodland Lake. My kids enjoy fishing at Woodland Lake later than for catfish especially. So this would allow us to enjoy that a little longer. So thank you for your consideration.
Thank you for bringing that to our attention, Mark. Keith, can we look into that, please? I've got it. I don't have a phone number on here. Could you leave your phone number before you run out?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Mark.
I have a couple minutes left. I did speak with the fisheries program manager, Game and Fish. They would be in support of it. Also, the other game warden that patrols this area would give letters of support if it was become an agenda item and it was brought before the councils.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mark. Appreciate the input. Is there anybody else that wants to speak and call to the public? I don't have any more forms, but okay. All right, item C on our agenda is the consent agenda. All items listed are considered routine matters and will be acted by one motion of the council. There'll be no separate discussion of these items unless a member of the council requests that an item or items be removed for discussion. Council members, however, may ask questions without removal of the item. Items removed are considered in their normal sequence unless called out of sequence. We've got 2 items in the consent agenda tonight. Are there any questions from the council? Councilor Smith?
Yes, I move that we approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded. Do we have further discussion? All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. Vice Mayor?
Aye.
Thank you. Item D is business before the council. Public comment will be taken at the beginning of each agenda item after the subject has been announced by the mayor and explained by staff. Any citizen who wishes may speak one time for 5 minutes on each agenda item, either before or after council discussion. Questions from council members, however, may be directed through the mayor at any time. Item D1 is the Town of Pinetop-Lakeside Proclamation of White Mountain Freedom Concert Series Week. Whereas the 108th Army National Guard Band will come to our community, and whereas the 108th Army National Guard Band will perform numerous concerts in our parks, school, and local business establishments. And whereas the 108th Army National Guard Band will bring our community together to celebrate our country's freedom. Now therefore, I, Stephanie Irwin, Mayor of the Town of Pinetop-Lakeside, do hereby proclaim July 1st through the 7th, 2023, as White Mountain Freedom Concert Series Week in the Town of Pinetop-Lakeside, and do hereby urge all citizens to embrace these events and celebrate the seasons. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused to be affixed the seal of the Town of Pinetop-Lakeside, Arizona, done this 15th day of June, 2023. This is thanks to the Rotary Club who's bringing this group here. They've got concerts starting on July 1st. We've got some flyers out there, so I encourage everybody to attend those concerts. I think it'll be a very nice thing to have during that patriotic week of July. Item D2 is a recognition of Community Services Manager Tony Alba for 4 years of service on the NACOG Tourism Committee. Keith.
Good evening, Madam Mayor and Council. For the past 4 years, Tony Alba has served as the chairman of the Tourism Committee, which is a subcommittee of the Economic Development Committee for NACOG. And so he led the group during the great years of the pandemic and was able to keep things rolling, which we've all seen great improvements in the tourism industry in northern Arizona. This is, as you know, NACOG represents 4 counties, Yavapai, Coconino, Apache, and Navajo County. So for the past 4 years, Tony has been a part of that committee. He's been a part of the committee even before that, and then they made him the chairman. And so he just recently stepped down, and they gave a certificate at our last EDC meeting. Now, Tony will also continue to serve on that committee, representing not just our community, but the White Mountains as a whole. And so he, over the years that he has been a member of our team, he has brought a wealth of information and knowledge. He's been integral in creating the visitor center, the various events that we have, and he's helped to lead us to a different place as far as tourism. So I'm sure many communities are jealous of the great things that are happening in this community, in large part thanks to Tony. And he's assembled a great team to help in that effort. So tonight I just wanted to be able to recognize him for that effort. Do you have that certificate? Oh,
Still Tony has it.
Tony wouldn't, okay, so Tony's very humble and a lot of humility going, and we weren't able to get that from him, but I should have double checked and frisked him for it or something, I don't know. Anyways, I would just like to thank Tony for all of his work for the Tourism Committee and also for our community as a whole.
Yes, thank you, Tony. We do appreciate all the experience you brought to our team here. Anybody else have anything they would like to? Thank you, Tony. Keep up the good work. Item D3 is a recognition and appreciation of David Widmaier for serving as Pinetop-Lakeside Town Magistrate for 12 years, from June of 2011 through June of 2023. Judge, we appreciate your service. Your smiling face will be missed, but I know that you're looking forward to your retirement. So thank you. I do have a clock I would like to present to you if you can come up. Thank you very much. Got the box up there. So as in recognition and appreciation of David Widmaier for 12 years of dedicated service as Town Magistrate for the Town of Pinetop-Lakeside. Okay, you don't have to go. Okay, the next item, D4, is consider resolution number 23-1671, appointing Robert Higgins, Pinetop-Lakeside Justice of the Peace, as a town magistrate for the town of Pinetop-Lakeside, Arizona, pursuant to Chapter 2.12 of Pinetop-Lakeside Town Code. Keith?
Yes, ma'am. So I would also like to take the opportunity to thank Judge Widmaier for his leadership in running our magistrate court. You know, for many years, the position as magistrate and JP, Justice of the Peace, has been held by Judge Widmaier. So he retired 2 years ago, I believe it was, from the JP position, and Judge Higgins took that over. I'm grateful for that. I've enjoyed working with David very much over these years. You know, not all that long ago, he had a tremendous event in his life that makes us all a little bit more grateful that he's with us and been able to continue to serve our community.
It's nice to be called David again.
Okay, there you go. Well, I'm sure in the community you will always be judge, you know, that is true. So tonight, we bring to you the name of Robert Higgins to be appointed as the town magistrate for the town of Pinetop-Lakeside. Judge Higgins has served as a Superior Court judge, and now he's serving as our Justice of the Peace. So I've had interactions with him also over the years and have known him to be also a man of integrity and honesty and good judgment. And so he submitted a letter of interest in serving as our town magistrate, and so we'd like to present his name to the town council for approval this evening, and then Judge Widmaier will swear him in afterwards.
Questions or comments? Entertain a motion then? Councilor Coupon?
I move to approve resolution number 23-1671, appointing Robert Higgins, Pinetop-Lakeside Justice of the Peace, as the town magistrate for the town of Pinetop-Lakeside, Arizona, with a term ending June 30th, 2027, pursuant to Town Code Chapter 2.14.020.
I second that.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded. Is there further discussion? All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. Vice Mayor?
Aye.
Thank you. That passes unanimously. Judge Higgins, come on up. And item D5 tonight is the swearing in of Robert Higgins as the town of Pinetop-Lakeside Town Magistrate by Judge David Widmaier.
Laura, hop right in. It's wonderful we all know each other. Okay. If you would please raise your right hand. I, Robert Higgins,
I, Robert Higgins,
do so solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will don't wear glasses. I will support the Constitution of the United States
I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution and the laws of the state of Arizona,
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Arizona,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same,
and
defend them against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that I will faithfully and respectfully
and impartially
discharge
the
duties
duties
of the office
of the office
of town magistrate
of town magistrate
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability. So help me God.
To do this much.
Thank
And
you.
thank you all.
Thank you. Here's your box. Thank you for joining our team, Bob. We look forward to working with you.
I look forward to working with you all.
Yeah, and thanks for stepping up.
Thank you.
Of course. Item D6 on our agenda is consideration of resolution number 23-1672, approving the purchase of two 2022 Ford F-150 Super Crew 4x4 trucks for the Pinetop-Lakeside Police Department. Chief?
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council. Staff at this time is seeking council approval to purchase 2 2022 Ford F-150 trucks to be utilized by the police department. Included in this current year budget, the town adopted the purchase of these back in August of last year for $130,000. We've been having some trouble locating vehicles. We're able to find 2 vehicles through Santan Ford, which they are the state contract, one of the state contract dealers for Ford products. And the vehicles can be purchased through Ford municipal financing. The total purchase price for these vehicles is $122,479.92. The initial down payment, which will be paid in this current fiscal year, is $28,811.14. The remaining financed amount is $93,668.78. And the remainder of the 4 payments through Ford Municipal Finance will be $28,811.14 per year. Be happy to answer any questions.
Chief, any questions, comments? Vice Mayor, do you have anything?
No, nothing.
Okay. Mr. Heisler?
I move to adopt resolution number 23-1672, approving the purchase of 2 2022 Ford F-150 Super Crew 4x4 trucks from Santan Ford, financing through Ford Credit Municipal Finance in an amount not to exceed $122,479.92, and authorize the town manager to execute all documents necessary to complete this transaction.
Excuse me, I'll second the motion.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded to approve Resolution 23-1672. Is there further discussion? All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. Vice Mayor?
Aye.
Thank you. That passes unanimously. Thank you for bringing that to us and all your efforts in finding those, Dan. Appreciate it. Item D7. This is a public hearing regarding the FY 2023-2024 Consolidated Fee Schedule, and consider resolution number 23-1673, adopting and declaring as a public record that certain document filed with the town clerk and entitled FY 2023-2024 Consolidated Fee Schedule, effective July 15th, 2023.
Hi, good evening, Mayor and Council. So tonight for you, we have the Consolidated Fee Schedule for the fiscal year 2023-2024. And I wanted to note that due to, from Arizona Revised Statute 9-499-15, it was posted for more than 60 days on the town website and both posting sites at the Pinetop-Lakeside Pinetop Post Office and Lakeside Post Office, and then here at the Town Hall kiosk. Some of these were just housekeeping items for Public Works. Some of them weren't fee changes, they were just name changes under like as the Ramadas. So that was just a name change, not a fee change. Matt added some roll-off cans for events, if they need them for special events. Some of the big ones we added were the vacation rental, short-term rental licensing fee of $250 annually. We're expecting that to go live hopefully September 5th. The fee schedule will be, if it's adopted tonight, will be effective July 15th. But the program's taking a while to get up and going. So we're still working on that. We also added the solid waste annual permit for $200. I believe we found 5 solid waste companies in town that didn't have the permit, and it is in our town code. So we made sure that was on there highlighted for everyone to see. The police department consolidated a few items, so nothing big, no big changes on there, just kind of cleaned it up a little bit. And then on the town cemetery, I wanted to talk a little bit about that. The fees for the plots did not go up. I looked around and did some research, and our plots were priced very accordingly to other cities and towns locally. However, our interment fees were really low, and you could do a burial on a weekday for just $20 less than you could do it on, no, the weekend was $20 more, and we have to pay someone overtime to come in and do that on the weekend. Same with holidays, it was only $20 more. So I looked at what other cities and towns were doing and then priced these accordingly, and got Matt's blessing on it. And that's, I think, where we need to be to even just break even on those burials. That's all I have, unless you guys have any questions.
Questions for Christy? Okay, this is a public hearing, so if any member of the public would like to address any of these. Okay, seeing none, we'll close the public hearing then. Vice Mayor, did you have any questions or comments?
No questions, Mayor. Thank you.
Anything else? Councilor Heisler?
I move to approve resolution number 23-1673, adopting and declaring as a public record a certain document filed with the town clerk and entitled FY 2023-2024 Town Consolidated Fee Schedule effective July 15th, 2023.
I second that motion.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Is there further discussion? All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. Vice Mayor?
Aye.
Thank you. That carries unanimously. Item D8 is reports from council committee liaisons and the town manager. Let's start with Councilor Craigbaum.
I have two things to report. The first is the leave no trace that I talked about the last meeting has been successfully held, and the two presenters were delightful young people who really presented their ideas and the whole concept of leave no trace very well. So I thought it went quite well. The second thing is that I need to report that I have resigned from Save Our Park, so I won't be the representative from the council for that anymore. Thank you. That's it.
Councilor Heisler?
Mayor, I have nothing to report. I did not get a chance to attend the Humane Society meeting this month.
That's okay. Councilor Smith?
Our meeting for the Transit Authority will be, next one will be in August, so I won't have anything to report on that. If you would like a quick less than 1 minute update on the Alpine Trail, I could give you that. This morning at 10 o'clock, the state board for Arizona State, the board of directors for state parks and trails approved our $316,000 grant.
Congratulations.
So that's the last basic step until we just sign the documents and everything's done. So it's a done deal. Thank you.
Councilor Snitzer?
Thank you, Mayor. I've got a few things. Tracks, our trail work is going on. We started the year on the west side where it was drier. In recent weeks, we worked locally. So on the Springs Trail, the Osprey Trail, the Blue Ridge Trail. And now as the summer's moving along, we'll be shifting our trail work further east. So out toward Los Burros. And then on the Sholo or the Rainbow Lake group, unfortunately, we've scheduled our budget meetings on the Tuesdays that they've scheduled their meetings, so I've missed the last two meetings. But work is continuing with the irrigation district, and Rainbow Lake is now starting to drop pretty rapidly. So we're not yet into the summer runoff season, but we are into the summer irrigation system. And then my last set of reports is the Nature Center. There is a lot going on at the Nature Center, and I'll try and make this brief. The carnival was a big success. It is a major fundraiser for us. The carnival provides a portion of the funds to the sponsoring group. We're lucky enough to be that sponsoring group. And this year we staged the carnival on the asphalt parking lot, and we had many, many, many positive comments about the reduced dust. It was very, very dusty being out on the yard. A new event that we will be adding is something I've been working on for years. We're working with a local horsemen's group, and we planned 3 cowboy breakfasts at the Nature Center. This is an experiment, but it's working with another group. It'll be a joint fundraiser for us. They provide the work, we provide the tables, chairs, and space, and we split everything else. But it'll be a nice tourist event. So middle of July, middle of August, and middle of September at the Nature Center on a Saturday. If you've driven by the Nature Center, there's a huge amount of progress going on. You can now see, I call it Sherwood Forest. You see all these giant poles going up in the air behind the Nature Center. That'll be a future flight pen for the birds. And you can see the bird mews going up, and it's an amazing construction. We've had a lot of help from the Escadilla Hotshots and the Fire and Forestry Management Group. They brought a big crew in and helped clean up our site. We've got a program going to improve our interior displays. We had a very generous donor provide, I believe it's 10 computers that will be part of interactive displays. And the wind farm has donated, I believe, $5,000 to help build some really nice quality interior displays. So we're starting work on those. The Guinness World Record exhibit is gone. It was, I'll say, a critical success, but not a popular success. Thank you for we had about short of 300 people that came in to see it. I think they had a really good time. And then the last thing is there's an announcement I can't make yet because we have 2 new birds, but we're going to make a public announcement later on and have a members-only introduction of those. But the Nature Center is definitely looking for trout. So if you're a trout fisherman, just, you know, if you like to catch them, but you don't particularly like to eat them, just stick the thing in the freezer, bring it by the Nature Center at 3 o'clock on any afternoon, drop it off. We will certainly use it for our new visitors, which will be the subject of a big future announcement. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Snitzer. Vice Mayor?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. I just quickly, the backcountry horsemen of the White Mountains is pleased and looking forward to working with the Nature Center on those cowboy breakfasts and partnering with them on other things. So looking forward to that. And that's all I have to report tonight.
Okay, thank you. I have 2 quick things to report on. The first one is on behalf of the council, I would like to send our good wishes to Mayor Leach of Sholo, who had a health scare, about 10 days ago, I think. He is home recovering, and we sent him flowers, which he did send a text to thank all of us for that. So we hope he continues on that road to a quick recovery. The second item I would just like to talk about briefly, I was notified today by one of our ADOT engineers that on the 5-year plan that's tentatively being voted on tomorrow, our project is back in the 5-year plan. So we're really very excited about that. I would just like to thank this community who really came out in force and sent all the comments in on the ADOT website. We had over 200 comments, which was more than any other community or region. So I think that probably really helped get us over the hump there for them to realize how critical this is to our community. Matt Patterson has worked hand in hand with our district engineer, and Supervisor Donna Faye Whitesinger has also attended some of these meetings, as have I and Annie DeRozier and Matt. So it was really a team effort. Really looking forward to seeing that project come to fruition. We don't know exactly when it's going to happen. It's tentatively 2027. But this Sunday night, they're going to start on the emergency repairs through town from Nottingham Lane all the way up to Honda. I think everybody's probably noticed some of the markings on the pavement. I think those are indicating where they're going to work in town, if I'm just interpreting what I'm seeing. So that's some really good news. So thank you to everybody in the community that helped us move that along. With that, I'll turn it over to Keith.
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor, Vice Mayor Buse, and council members. A few things to report. We're really pleased with the success that we've had so far with the facade grant program. So far, we have either paid or have commitments, received receipts to reimburse for $28,500. So for getting this started, we're seeing some success, and the businesses have been really thankful for this help in this area. So I'd like to thank Jeremiah and Tony and everybody else that's worked on that to help pull that together. And we expect, because we put more into the budget for next year, that there'll be more applications for that submitted. And so we look forward to helping to improve the look of the businesses within the community. It's hard to believe, but it's already next week is the 6th annual White Mountain Balloon Festival presented by Sierra Propane. This event begins on Friday, June 23rd through Sunday morning, June 25th at Mountain Meadow Recreation Complex. We have 18 balloons, some great bands, more than 40 food and retail vendors, and a pancake breakfast each morning by the White Mountain Rotary Club. We hope you make plans to come out. And they've been putting out the word that they also need volunteers in the community to help serve there. So we're looking forward to another successful year. Recently, we had the first Music in the Movie in the Park. It was a very big success. About 80 people were able to come out. It was at Jack Barker Memorial Park. The next one, put it on your calendar, July 15th, music by local resident Arnie Abrams at 6:30 p.m., followed by the movie Super Mario Brothers. Not sure if I'm gonna stay up for that one. Okay. But we had a great time. We watched Encanto, food trucks. State Farm was giving away free popcorn and candy, I believe. So it was a good time. Everybody had a great time. Bring a chair, blanket, and come enjoy an entertaining evening. Then on July the 15th is the annual Firewise Block Party. It's put on by Pinetop Fire and Timber Mesa Fire Districts. This will be from 9:30 to 3:30 at Blue Ridge Elementary School. The event is hosted by our 2 local fire districts, and we'll have great information on how to make our homes and businesses more secure in the event of a fire. The community comes out, there'll be food, there'll be vendors, there'll be a bounce house and things like that. So there's fun for the family, but more importantly, it is to help to educate the public on the importance of the Firewise program and the things that we can do to prepare for emergencies, prepare our properties, and do those things now. Thankfully, I think somebody mentioned, or maybe not tonight, well, it's in Tony's prayer, that we've been blessed with a wet winter and a cool spring and early summer, which has kept us from going into fire restrictions. That is not a time to be complacent. That is a time to prepare. And so we have that opportunity now. So we encourage everyone to come out, council, staff, and the community, support our fire departments in their efforts to protect our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Keith. With nothing else on the agenda tonight, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody. See you at the Balloon Festival.